Order, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, Honorable City Council members, Mayor McCrate, City Treasurer, our Deputy Clerk, our City Attorney, to our administrative staff, and to our audience, and to also those that are viewing via our broadcast channel and YouTube Live. Welcome to the City of Romulus City Council regular meeting, and today's date is Monday, April 25th, 2022. Members of the public wishing to participate in this meeting may do so under the public comment portion of the agenda. Please fill out a request to speak public comment card located on the back table of the chambers and hand it to the deputy clerk. Additionally, members of the public who are viewing tonight's meeting via our broadcast channel or YouTube Live can submit their comments to publiccomment@romulusgov.com. And at this time, we will have roll call. We know that Councilwoman Abdo is absent.
Yes, she called in, she's excused.
Councilman Barton,
Here.
Councilwoman Roscoe,
Here.
Councilwoman Talley,
Here.
Councilman Wadsworth,
Here.
Councilwoman Webb,
Here.
and Councilwoman Williams. Mr. Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you.
Tonight's regular council meeting agenda is as follows. Number 1, agenda, 2 minutes, 3 petitioner, 4 chairperson's report, 5 mayor's report, 6 clerk's report, 7 treasurer's report, 8 public comment, 9 unfinished business, 10 new business, 11 warrant, 12 communication, and number 13 adjournment. And a motion would be in order to accept the regular council meeting agenda as presented.
So moved to accept the agenda as presented.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Webb for approval of the agenda as presented. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Number 2, for approval are the minutes from the regular meeting held on Monday, April 11th, 2022 at 7:30 p.m.
Mr. Chairman,
Wadsworth?
I will move that we approve the council meeting from Monday, the 11th of April.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Talley for approval of the minutes from a council meeting held Monday, April 11th at 7:30. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams? Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Agenda item 2B, for approval are the minutes from the special meeting study session held on Monday, April the 11th, 2022 at 6 o'clock p.m. for the City of Romulus 2022-2023 fiscal year preliminary budget presentation. Motion would be in order, please.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a
Wadsworth?
motion that we approve the special meeting, which was held on the 11th of April for the budget presentation.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Talley for approval of the minutes from our special meeting, study session, preliminary budget presentation on April the 11th. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams? Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. There are no petitioners on the agenda. It takes us to number 4, the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Today this evening at 6 o'clock p.m., we had a Romulus participation plan redevelopment ready process. And at 6:30, we had a study session with the new legislative maps and its impact to voters. I want to just read something on Community Day at the court. The 34th District Court and Chief Judge Brian A. Oakley, Judge Tina Brooks Green, and Judge Lisa M. Martin presents Community Day at the court. Food trucks, car show, public safety demonstrations, tours, and other resources, pet adoptions. And that'll be held on Friday, May the 6th, from 12 to 5 p.m. at 11129 Wayne Road, Romulus, Michigan. Open to the public, families and children of all ages from the community of Belleville, Huron Township, Romulus, Sumter Township, and Van Buren Township. And for more information, you can please contact Ms. Avery Taylor at 734-941-4463, extension 264. At this time, the chair is going to recognize Councilwoman Tina Talley.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Barton. First off, I just want to start out, I'm not sure if a lot of my colleagues know, or even just Romulus residents, I'm sure a lot of you do. I get out of the loop sometimes on like local national news. I don't stay looped in that well, because news can be a little depressing at times, so I don't really keep up with it all the time. But there was something interesting that I found out over the weekend. A lot of you probably already know that our own Councilwoman Kathy Abdo found a rare photo of a young man. There was 2 faces missing in the 9/11 victims, the New York City Memorial Museum for 9/11. There was 2 faces missing, and one of them was a Romulus student that Mrs. Abdo was able to locate and send out for them to put in the museum. This is huge. This is a huge thing. This thing made national news. It made local news. From what I've been talking to Ms. Abdo, she got interviewed from countless. She was in the Free Press. She was in Fox 2. She just has gotten a lot of attention regarding locating this photo of this young man who is from Romulus, who attended Romulus schools. So this gave a lot of attention to the city of Romulus. So I just wanted to make sure we knew that this was out here, and if you didn't know, now you know. I didn't know. And I just want to thank Ms. Abdo for her service. She took a Sunday, I think she said a Sunday afternoon, and went and looked for this photo. She didn't have nothing but a name and a possible year that he possibly was going to Romulus schools, and she found it. So I just want to give a shout out to Ms. Abdo for finding that and making Romulus national news for locating that photo. Now they got 1 picture left to find for the museum because she found that photo when it was 2. So I want to thank her for her efforts, and I just think she should be commended for that diligence she did in finding that young man's photo. His name was Ogletree, and he was a student in Romulus Community Schools back some years ago. So I want to thank her for her efforts. And then just along with that too, went to a basketball game at the high school on Friday evening, and there was a middle school game. It was between our Romulus Middle School and Metro Charter. I think it was Metro Charter. Awesome game. It was an awesome game. And what I just loved about just attendance is that Herb Buckley, and I want to give a shout out to Herb Buckley for just inviting us, encouraging us to come out there and support these youth. Just working together as a city and in our school district. We got to work together to continue to keep our city moving forward. We got to. If we want to stay forward, it's about unity, and that's what he was about, unity. And so while we were at the game, the mayor was there, and then we had our school board member, Ursula Wester, was there, and a few other folks. He called on the floor at halftime just to show people who the elected peoples are in the community. And I think, and correct me, Mayor, if I'm wrong, there were some people that came running up to our mayor afterwards, like, you're the mayor, because people need to know who are representing their city. And so there was a little boy that ran up to him after the game, just enthralled that, he was meeting the mayor. So I just want to shout out to you, Mayor, for the job you're doing, and just be out here and just support each other. support each other as a school district, city, our courts and judges. We need to support churches, businesses. We need to support each other so we continue to move our city forward. So I just want to shout out to Herb Buckley. It was a great event with our youth, and it was just so enjoyable, just bringing us together. And I hope we do a lot more of that. And then just after that, we had a great euchre tournament event. Thank you, Ms. Jan Lemon. Very enjoyable, just a great evening of good events, and I want to thank you. It was a great time of fellowship at the VFW, more just fellowshipping with each other, and just a great time. So thank you, Mr. Barton.
Thank you, Ms. Talley. Now the chair is going to recognize Ms. Lemon, Jan Lemon.
Thank you, Mayor, Council, Clerk, Treasurer, the Attorney. First of all, Tina, when anybody says something to you, Romulus has nothing, we have more history than any community around us.
Absolutely.
And I'm proud to be from here.
Amen.
This is more for the people at home. You don't get this little paper, but I get it delivered to my house. I think there was a very disturbing article in it last week about the cemetery in Belleville, and I would like to read that to you. On Monday's long budget workshop held by the Belleville City Council, they got to talking about the Hillside Cemetery, the road that needs to be upgraded. The city engineer had estimated the road work would cost $250,000. The cemetery is operating at a deficit now. So are we. So they didn't know what to do about that. Mayor Conley suggested that they send letters to those loved ones in the cemetery and ask them to donate to help pay for the road. She said there were other problems in the cemetery like corrosion and groundhogs. Mayor Pro Tem Ken Vogt, a retired Belleville police officer, said in the past groundhogs had dug up human remains from the 1800s when there was no vaults. The cemetery is owned by the city, but it is in Van Buren Township. Council members suggested swapping Van Buren Township, the city, for the museum. Then they realized the museum would also require a lot of money to run. So maybe they should just give the cemetery to Van Buren Township in some kind of a swap. Mayor Pro Tem Vogt suggested eliminating the roads to the old part of the cemetery to make new grave sites. But he was told this would cut off digging equipment getting in there. Now, this leads me to my people at home. We've been here for 13 years, the cemetery board. Our cemetery is just immaculate. I can go to Belleville shopping, I can go to the Southland Mall, and people will tell me how they appreciate what has been done in that cemetery. It could not be done if it wasn't for the cooperation of everybody on the council, the clerk, the treasurer, the mayors. We have worked together to do that. It comes to the point that right before Easter, we were in there with the city at the same time during cleanup, and right after, 2 days later, was Easter. Well, here comes all the little wire flowers again, all the little knick-knacky things again, which we left because it was Easter. We will be in the cemetery a nice sunny day next week, and these items will be removed. The rules are: cut or artificial flowers must be in an unbreakable vase. Single wire flowers are prohibited and shall be removed. Prohibited items: Subject to removal includes holiday and Halloween decoration, yard ornaments, balloons, figurines, wood chimes, lanterns, solar lights, shepherd hooks. All of these items get placed in front of the monument. Then the weeds grow up behind these. The weed whipper hits them, and the little petals, the little satin petals, look like snowflakes all over everybody's gravesite. When we made these rules, we made them that everybody would be treated equal, and it was all for the respect and the ability for the cemetery to be maintained to look like it looks now. So that's all I got to say about that. Please help us and keep it clean. Now, the fundraiser the other night, we did very well. This is what Mrs. Bragg told me we have paid for completely, the pavers. She's waiting for the gentleman to come and tell her when he's going to put them in. The money we earned the other night was $2,158, I believe. We have more than that in the account. It should not cost more than what we have to put in these few little flowers and 2 benches. And then this Veterans Monument will be complete. And I thank all of you for all of your support. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I just want, a couple more things I want to announce. The waste management yard waste removal, it began on April the 11th, and that's going to continue till December the 10th. And the Romulus citywide dump day was going to be May the 12th, 13th, and 14th. Location to be determined. Community Shred Day, May 14th, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Romulus City Hall complex. The reason I bring this up because people have called and said, well, when are we going to have the shred day, the different dump day and stuff? So I will be announcing this on different days just to keep them abreast of everything that the city does. With that,
Mr. Chair.
that's going to conclude the chairperson's report.
Mr. Chair, if I may, before you close
Oh,
out your
go ahead,
report, I'd just
Madam
like
Clerk.
to respond to Mrs. Lemon and her announcement in cleaning the cemetery next week.
Okay.
We'll put an extra notice and announcement, get it on social media, and make sure that we can, we'll get a notice out there just, to get the word out, so everyone will be aware that they're going to be in cleaning
great.
the cemetery.
Great. Thanks a lot, Madam Clerk. That concludes the chairperson's report.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to accept your report.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Talley, for approval of the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams? Chair votes yes, motion approved. Thank you.
Number 5 is the mayor's report.
Hello, I'm Vanessa Tolliver, and here are some events happening in Romulus. The deadline to submit for the Letters to Romulus contest about why you love Romulus is this Saturday, April 30th. 3 letters will be chosen and read during the City Council meeting on May 2nd. Entries are still being accepted for our hometown heroes. New this year is the Good Neighbor Award. This award is open for nominations to all individuals from elementary through high school, adults, and senior citizens who may have consistently demonstrated excellent community leadership, made a significant contribution to the community, felt fear and chose to act, persevered through adversity, or improved the quality of life for their neighbor. The Romulus Fire Department and Romulus Public Safety Foundation are hosting a virtual event on smoke detector awareness, featuring the Red Cross to discuss how to prevent fires within our community. Join the conversation Friday, April 29th at 1 o'clock on Romulus Firefighters Facebook page. Save the date for Community Shred Day and Citywide Clean Sweep on Saturday, May 14th. Stay tuned for more details. Thanks, everyone. Remember to like or share us on Facebook and check out our YouTube channel and visit our website for more information. Have a great night.
Thank you, Vanessa. Also, just as far as good news, just reiterate what Councilwoman Taylor was talking about Friday night, what a good night it was in this community to showcase some of the things we do. You know, I say all the time, we do Patriot well in Romulus. And Jan Lemon, Linda Cho, Mary Oakley all did a great job with the euchre tournament. And the turnout there was, the place was packed. A lot of people that weren't familiar faces, so they're traveling around, they're coming to our city to have a positive experience like that. And also to Herb Buckley for the basketball game. Great game. I told him the bar has been set high. With those 8th graders, I didn't know that they grew 8th graders that big. But what talent they had in that gym, and apparently John Barter's got another grandson coming through the program, so I seen him flying around and more talent coming out of Romulus. So the bar has been set high, and Herb Buckley will have no excuse for not bringing home some championships when the kids get to be Eagles. So, but just a great, and we had two teams of largely Romulus kids from our schools and also from the Metro Academy, and both undefeated. So what a great accomplishment there. They're both 8-0 on the season. So you let them have an inter-city championship game. It was a great event. So well attended. So and with that, I will get into the action items in my report. First up, we have an intergovernmental agreement. So I would ask the council concur with the administration, adopt the attached resolution authorizing the mayor and clerk to enter into the intergovernmental agreement with Wayne County for the 2021 Justice Assistant Grant Funding Program awarded to the city of Romulus to accept monies from Wayne County in the amount of $14,494.32.
Through the chair, if I may,
Yes, Ms. Webb.
I'd like to make that motion to concur with the administration and adopt the attached resolution.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Talley, for intergovernmental agreement with Wayne County 2021 Justice Assistant Grant. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Next item we have is for a request for a no-fee permit. So I would ask council to concur with the administration and authorize a no-fee permit for James Young, resident, Little League coach, to use St. John's baseball, softball fields on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays through June 13th from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr.
I'll
Wadsworth?
make the motion that we issue a no-fee permit for baseball practice for St. John's Lodge baseball and softball fields.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for no fee permit baseball practice at St. John's Lodge baseball, softball fields. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Next item up is some housekeeping for the annual Pumpkin Festival that will be returning to Romulus. This will require 5 different motions. First one being, I would request the council concur with the administration and authorize a no-fee permit for the Pumpkin Festival and Parade of Lights activities during the Pumpkin Festival weekend of September 16th through September 18th, 2022.
Need a motion?
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion for a no-fee permit for the Pumpkin Festival and Parade of Light activities during the Pumpkin Festival weekend of September 16th through September 18th.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, for the no-fee permit for all the pumpkin festivals and parade lights activities. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Next motion, I would ask the council concur with the administration and authorize the closure of Goddard Road between Grover Street ending at 5 points between 8 p.m. on Friday, September 16th, 2022, and reopening at 10 p.m. on Friday, September 16th, 2022 for the Rotary's Parade of Lights.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion for the closure of Goddard Road beginning at Grover, ending at 5 points at 8 p.m. on Friday, September 16th, opening back up at 10 p.m. on Friday, September 16th for the Rotary Parade of Lights.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Talley, and this is to concur with the administration, authorize the closure of Goddard Road beginning at Grover Street, ending at 5 points, beginning at 8 p.m. and Friday, September 16, 2022, reopening at 10 p.m. Friday, September 16, 2022 for Rotary Parade of Lights. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Next motion would be to request council concur with the administration and authorize the closure of Goddard Road between Monroe Street ending at the railroad tracks between 9 a.m. on Saturday, September 17th, 2022, and reopening at 7 p.m. Saturday, September 17th, 2022 for the Pumpkin Festival Car Show.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we concur with the administration for the closure of Goddard Road at beginning at Moore and I'm ending at the tracks beginning at 9 a.m. On Saturday, September 17th, and reopen at 7 p.m. on Saturday, the 17th, for the Pumpkin Festival Car Show.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Talley, for the closure of Goddard Road beginning at Moore Street, ending at railroad tracks beginning at 9 a.m. on Saturday, September 17th, and reopen at 7 p.m. Saturday, September 17th, for the Pumpkin Festival Car Show. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Next motion would be request council to concur with the administration and authorize the closure of Hunt Street between Goddard and Bibbins between 12 p.m. on Friday, 12/16/22, and ending on Sunday, September 18th, 2022 at 8 p.m. This closure will be for food vendors and the Unity celebration.
Through the chair, if I may,
Yes, Ms. Webb.
I'd like to make that motion to concur with the administration and authorize the closure of Hunt Street between Goddard Road and Bibbins Street, beginning at 12 p.m. on Friday, September the 16th, 2022, and ending on Sunday, September the 18th, 2022, at 8 p.m. This closure will be for the food vendors and the Unity celebration.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Talley, for the closure of Hunt Street between Goddard Road and Bibbins Road Street, beginning at 12 p.m. on Friday, September 16th, and ending on Sunday, September 18th, at 8 p.m. This closure will be for food vendors and Unity celebration. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. For the last motion on this item, I would ask that council concur with the administration and authorize the closure of Goddard Road between Shook and Romaine Streets beginning at 8 a.m. on Saturday, September 17th, 2022, and ending at 6 p.m. This closure will be for vendors, show, and family fun zone.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion for the closure of Goddard Road between Shook and Romaine, beginning at 8 a.m. on Saturday, September 17th, and ending at 6 p.m. September 17th, 2022.
Support.
This closure is for the vendor show and the family fun zone.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, to concur with the administration and authorize the closure of Goddard Road between Shook and Romaine Streets beginning at 8 a.m. on Saturday, September 17th, and ending 6 p.m. This closure will be for the vendor show and the family fun zone. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Next item we have is a request for a no-fee permit and road closure for the inaugural event in Romulus, the Rumble in Romulus event. So it asks the council to concur with the administration and authorize no-fee permits for the use of the historical park and pavilion with the closure of Hunt Street between Goddard and Bibbins beginning at 8 a.m. on Saturday, July 23rd, 2022, and ending at 11 p.m. that evening for the inaugural Rumble in Romulus Bike Night event. This will ensure the safety of all participants at our inaugural event.
Through the chair, if I may.
Ms. Webb?
I'd like to make that motion to concur with the administration and authorize the clerk and the mayor. But one thing I want to say is, I'm skipping below this because our mayor just read it, and I know I know that Mr. Barton's going to read it, but I'm going to skip all the way down to put the date on it, which is, the street is between Hunt, Goddard, and Bibbins. It begins at 8 a.m. on Saturday, July 23rd, 2022, and ends at 11 p.m. And this will ensure the safety of all the participants at our annual event for the inaugural Rumble in Romulus Bike Night.
Support.
Support by Ms. Talley. It's motion by Ms. Webb, supported by Ms. Talley, and this is for the Rumble and Romulus event. No fee permit, road closure request. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Next item up, Tax Increment Finance Authority appointment. I would ask the council to concur with the administration and approve the appointment of Susie Francoeur at the Tax Increment Finance Authority TIFA Board with a term to expire on November 30th, 2023.
Need a motion? Need a motion?
Through the chair.
Yes, Ms. Talley.
I would like to concur with administration, make the motion to concur with administration, approve the appointment of Susie Francoeur to the Tax Increment Finance Authority Board with terms to expire on November 30th, 2023.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Roscoe for Tax Increment Finance Authority appointment. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, Ms. Talley.
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe.
Yes.
Ms. Williams.
Yes.
Ms. Webb.
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Next item up is disposal of obsolete, worn, and surplus property policy. And I would ask the council concur with the administration and authorize the DPW to dispose of the listed vehicles through Martin Towing with a disposal fee of $50 per vehicle, with all of the proceeds deposited in the appropriate city fund per the table below.
Through the chair.
Yes, Ms. Talley.
I'd like to make that motion to concur with administration and authorize the DPW to dispose of the list of vehicles through Martin Towing with a disposal fee of $50 per vehicle, with all other proceeds deposited into the appropriate city fund per the table below.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Roscoe for this disposal of obsolete, worn, or surplus property policies. Any discussion? Ms. Williams.
Yes, I would just like to know, is any of these vehicles usable or?
Our evaluation of that fleet, we go through them with our master mechanic, our lead mechanic, and these are vehicles that we have deemed to be unworthy of repair or unworth of sticking any money into if they're not roadworthy. A couple of these trucks that are on here have been so used up, the floors are worn out of them. So, yeah, when the budget cuts came in 08 and 09, we really, even if the auctions, the day we used to have the auctions, the time that the DPW is done with the vehicle, they're shot. There's some vehicles on this list that have been through PD twice, ordinance enforcement, then down through the DPW, and they're ready to go. So there's not really, it's a lot that's roadworthy.
Well, thank you, Mayor.
John, I have a question.
Yeah, Mr. Wadsworth.
Mayor, are these vehicles titled over to Martin's Towing? Or
Roberto, can you comment on that one?
are they
I don't believe that they are.
disposal?
They're auctioned off through
They're
Martin's
auctioned
Towing.
off. They're not-
Yep. And if you look, the fee is attached too for
Yeah.
the hold rate as well, so there's an approximate dollar amount we have on those.
I
for
see
leasing.
that.
Yeah, so they're not titled into Martin's Towing. Martin's Towing takes the $50 fee it's an administration fee for the auction. They auction them off for us. The new owner has to retitle them in their names.
So Martin's Towing is just the instrument that
Yeah.
moves the vehicles?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
fine.
he holds the auction, and they get auctioned off.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Through the chair, if I may.
Yes, Ms. Webb.
Roberta, while you're there, I was a little bit confused on this auction list. I'm thinking, okay, these are for sale under the reserve, but I'm not understanding. If someone asked me, are they selling these vehicles, can they purchase them? How does it go? And you're saying that that it will be auctioned off for the city, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what does the reserve mean?
We don't want them to sell less than that.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have a representative at the auction.
Okay.
If there's no bidders, then we might take that vehicle back and auction it or dispose of it in another method. So it depends on the audience that's there and kind of the marketability of the vehicle. That's why we set those reserves, but at the same time, that person who's our fleet maintenance member, they can make the decision and call me and say, listen, it's $100 shy of our reserve, should we let it go? And yes, if it makes sense, then we get rid of it.
Okay.
If it doesn't cost us more money.
Okay, so they can't go under, but they can, but they can go over the reserve
Absolutely.
dollar amount. Okay, thank you.
Ms.
John, I have
Williams?
one more question.
Oh, one more. Then Ms. Williams.
So at the end of the auction, all this money comes back to the city,
Yes.
less the fees that we have to pay.
Yeah.
When this auction is over, could we get the document showing us how much we made?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Williams?
Yes. The towing company that actually have these at the auction, what kind of information is put out for any resident that may want to take a bid on one of these vehicles?
Well, it's publicly advertised.
Like
So-
on our city website or?
No, it's not. No, I don't believe it is. But, most of the audience that's here for these vehicles are dealers and scrap dealers that park these vehicles out. As the mayor mentioned, I don't know that you would want to put your residents in these vehicles. We don't want to put our employees in them.
No, I just asked you that in case a resident asks me.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
yes, okay.
Thank you.
If it helps clarify, just an opinion, and after talking to our mechanics on these things, I get calls all the time about the auctions we used to have, and there's no vehicles on this list, I would put anybody that I know in. So like Roberto said, a lot of these are for scrap or for parts cars, they can get more value out of getting some of the parts out of them, so it's a value to them, but as far as being a good streetable car, not without needing a lot of work, and we've looked at a price point saying this car is worth X amount, and it's gonna cost Y amount to get on the road, and it's not worth it for the city, so.
All right, thank you, Roberto. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Next item will be a tri-party agreement with the city of Romulus with Rowan MDOT, and I would ask that council concur with the administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into an attached construction inspection MDOT tri-party agreement with Rowe Engineering for the Beverly Road Phase 3, Merriman Road East 1,500 feet project. The attached agreement proposal outlines a construction services plan with a cost of $198,001.03. Please note that 80% of this cost will be paid for by the state of Michigan.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion.
Okay,
For Beverly Road Phase 3 tri-party agreement with the city of Romulus with Rowe and MDOT.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, for the Phase 3 tri-party agreement with City of Romulus Road and MDOT. Any discussion?
Yeah, through the chair.
Yes, Ms. Tally, and then Mr. Wadsworth.
Okay, Roberto, I got a quick question. I know we looked at one with the state of Michigan last week or so, and that gave us a total cost that would be for this project, I think overall. So the cost for this engineer, this cost, a part of that is baked into that, what we saw last week, is our piece of it? I just trying to understand how that
No,
cost.
so last week, or I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
whenever that state agreement came through, that was an agreement between the state of Michigan and Romulus.
Right.
That the state was going to actually build the project for us.
Okay.
And those costs were for construction dollars.
Okay.
So this contract here today is for the services of inspection for that project. So there's a separate line item inside this contract, I think it's $198,000. That's for inspection, administration, testing, material testing.
Okay.
As-built development, GPSing the structures, everything required to document and approve this project.
So the cost that we will incur on this is in addition to what we saw last week or 2 weeks ago?
Correct. So
Okay.
this is an addition to that, but as the mayor even mentioned, it's all reimbursable up to 80% by the state of Michigan. That's why they're on this agreement as well.
Gotcha, thank you.
John,
Yeah, Mr. Wadsworth.
if I could, the mayor, to Roberto, I'm totally in favor of this project, but I was on Beverly Road earlier today, and there's 7 or 8 potholes. It should be fixed immediately. It's bad.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Next item is OHM proposal for construction services for the Homefield Street Water Main Project. Now, I ask that council concur with the administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into a professional engineering services agreement with OHM to conduct construction services related to the Homefield Water Main Project in the amount of $55,500.
Through the chair.
Mr. Tally?
Yeah, I'd like to make that motion, then I have another question. To concur with the administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into a professional engineering services agreement with OHM to conduct construction services related to the Homefield Water Main Project in the amount of $55,500.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Tally, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for OHM proposal for construction service for Homefield Street Water Main Project. Discussion, Ms. Tally. Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. So Roberto, real quick, so I see we got another thing we got to vote on for the Homefield Water Main. It looks like the contractor is Brigadier, once if it passes or whatever. But who is G2 Consulting Group?
They are a geotechnical firm. So they analyze the actual pavement material. They do density on the grade before the pavement material is applied. They handle all of the material testing. They're a sub-consultant to OHM.
Okay, so they're part of this with OHM. It's all baked in there. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Roberto. Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Next item would be the actual Homefield Water Main replacement. So I'd ask that council concur with the administration and award ITB 2122-15 to the lowest, most responsible bidder, Brigadier Contractors Incorporated, for the replacement of existing water main on Homefield Street, the City of Romulus, Department of Public Works, in the amount of $386,027, with a 10% contingency in the amount of $38,602.70 to cover the cost of any unforeseen construction-related changes.
Through the chair.
Yes, Ms. Tally.
I'd like to make that motion to concur with the administration or ITB 21/22-15 to the lowest, most responsible bidder, Brigadier Contractors, Inc., for replacement of the existing water main on Homefield Street for the City of Romulus, Department of Public Works, in the amount of $386,027 with a 10% contingency in the amount of $38,602.70 to cover the cost of unforeseen construction-related changes.
Support with a comment.
Okay, been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Webb, for ITB 21/22-15 home field water main replacement. Discussion, Ms. Webb.
Yes, I always tell Roberto, as well as administration, I love to see this 10% contingency in our contracts. And the administration, as well as Roberto, promised that they would do this over a year ago, that is in all of our contracts. That way, when something goes wrong, you don't have to worry about coming back to the council. The monies are there. So I always say thank you.
Thank you. If there's no other comments, roll call vote. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes,
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Next item we have is the budget amendment. So to ask the council concur with the administration and introduce budget amendment 2122-12 to fund unforeseen expenditures for fuel and repair accounts. That would be fleet-related.
Mr. Chairman,
It's Mr. Wadsworth.
I will move for the introduction of Budget Amendment 21/22-12.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Talley, for introduction of budget amendment 21/22/22-12. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
yes,
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Next item we have up is a lease agreement for Wayne Metropolitan Community Action Agency to lease the western third of the old court building we have here in the city of Romulus. So I would ask the council to concur with the administration and to grant authorization for the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached lease agreement with Wayne Metropolitan Action Agency for the lease of 10,000 square foot in a space located at 11131 South Wayne Road, 48174, on the western portion of the former 34th District Court building from May 1st, 2022 through April 31st, 2023.
Through the chair,
Yes, Ms. Talley?
I would like to make that motion to concur with the administration and grant authorization for the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached lease agreement with Wayne Metropolitan Action Agency for the lease of 10,000 square feet of space located at 11131 South Wayne Road on the western portion of the former 34th District Court building from May 1st, 2022 to April 31st, 2023.
Support, and I have a question.
Been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Mr. Wadsworth. Request to sign lease agreement with Wayne Metropolitan Community Action Agency. Discussion first with Ms. Williams and then Mr. Wadsworth.
yes. So is this is the old court, am I correct?
Yes.
So we're not, my concern was that we be looking for ways of getting the police department into that building versus going into an agreement, leasing it out with anyone. So what happened with that?
Well, right now, we're still trying to work on that funding, where council approved the application for that grant to rebuild our police department. If we're fortunate enough to receive that grant, we're going to move forward with rebuilding that and the reconstruction of that building. But if not, a viable phase 2 would be to move PD over here. That's why this is only a 1-month lease. We thought Wayne Metro.
1 year?
1 year, I'm
1
sorry.
year,
We thought Wayne Metro would be a great service to put in there. They've ballooned in size with the grant opportunities that are out there for our residents. So you need temporary homes for some of these people, and you never know what these relationships with Wayne County could turn into. And they offer, covert emergency rental assistance program, property tax assistance, food supports, energy assistance programs, water residential assistance programs. So there's a lot of good opportunities here for our residents. So we thought it was a good fit for both Wayne Metro and the city of Romulus, and it fits our needs right now, and we'll get some income out of a vacant building right now for at least a year.
So they'll be paying 50, what is the rent amount? Am I reading that correct, 50,000? Is that for the whole year, or is that each
The
month?
50,000 is for the whole year. It's 4,166 per month.
Does that include utilities?
It includes, well, some of the utilities we can't divide up. There's not a separate meter for it, but the ones we can, they'll pay the utilities.
What do you mean you can't divide them up? Because it's a separate building, why?
It's all master metered, so it's one utility bill, but we are gonna bill them for their portions of it. So based on their square footage, you know, if the bill for the electrical at that building is gonna be $1,000, they're gonna be responsible for their square footage of it. We're gonna work that through Gary Harrison, our finance department. They're also responsible for their own cleaning and upkeep of the building as well. We just don't have the manpower to be able to provide that. So they'll be responsible for any janitorial and also they're, you know, paying their own utility bills as well.
I'm just afraid, you know, we say we'll do something for a year and then we'll come back and continue it on. I just really would prefer to work and get money from the federal government, from the state, to get our police department in there versus, you know, going with these leases with Wayne Metro or anyone else for a year. So I'm good. Thank you, Bob.
Yep.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Okay, well, my question was going to be, what do they do, but the mayor answered that quite well. The only other thing, there is no April 31st, 2023 on the contract. It says expire April the 31st of 2023. It's picky, you,
We can fix that.
I'm sure you will.
Okay. If there's no other,
Through the chair, if I may.
yes, sir. Ms. Webb?
How many square feet is the court, the old court building?
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand that one.
How many square foot is it? We're leasing 10,000. Is that the entire building or just, I didn't think so. It's just a portion of that building, correct?
This is just the western third of the building, so the civil infraction area that had, it was behind the glass, and it was where you paid your citations, or you went in there for
Right.
civil infractions. There's a roll-up gate that will keep them from going into the eastern portion of the building, or the room, if you're familiar with the layout, where the court buildings are. You know, they have bathrooms, kitchen,
Yeah.
multiple means of egress, so it's a safe, it's a good partnership for right now, we felt, so. We
Okay,
thought
I
instead of
was-
the building sitting there vacant, we'd try to generate some revenue, and then also bring in somebody who's gonna provide a service for our residents.
I was just checking on that since the utilities were mentioned, since that is a city-owned building. I know we still have to pay our portion of the utilities that's there. That's why I wanted to know how many square foot or how much were they using. Thank you.
Okay. There's no other discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
No.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, and that would conclude my rather lengthy report for this evening, but there's a lot of good things going on in our city, so a lot of action items, so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 6 is the clerk's report. I have one action item. 6A, for second reading and final adoption is Budget Amendment 21/22-11 in the amount of $219,035. And this is to close out Beverly Road Special Assessment District Fund debt. This budget amendment was introduced at the Romulus meeting held on Monday, April 11th, 2022.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion
Ms. Roscoe?
to accept second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 21/22-11. And this was in the amount of $219,035 to close out the Beverly Road Special Assessment District Fund debts.
Support. And I have a question.
Okay. Motion by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Tally, for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 21/22-11. Discussion, Ms. Tally?
Yeah. Question, Roberto? Now that we're closing this out, we're moving it back into the monies that we're closing out have to go back into the Beverly Road project. Will that money be used for what we're doing on Beverly Road right now?
No,
No?
no, so that, the district has to recoup the money, the original district.
Okay.
So although it goes in the major roads fund, it can only be used in between Middlebelt and Inkster.
Gotcha.
That's the original district.
Okay, so do we have something in mind that it's going to be used for or anything?
I would like to use it for patchwork.
Okay.
On the original road. It's starting to deteriorate in some places. I'd like to get some patching in.
Okay. You said between Merriman and Middlebelt it has to be used on?
No, between Middlebelt and Inkster.
And Inkster, got it. Thank you.
Any other discussion? No other discussion? Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. That concludes the clerk's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Takes us to number 7, the treasurer's report.
Thank you. Good evening. I do not have any items under my report tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Takes us to the next agenda item, which is public comment. And this is the portion of the agenda for those that are in the audience who would like to address City Council. The rules to address City Council can be found on the back of the meeting agenda. If you would like to address the City Council, raise your hand, and after being acknowledged by the chairperson, approach the podium, state your name. Please note, members of the public who submitted a public comment card will be called upon first. You will have 3 minutes to speak, and any additional time will be upon the consent of the chairperson. And as a reminder, members of the public viewing tonight's meeting via the city's broadcast channel or YouTube Live can submit their public comments to publiccomment@romulusgov.com before the end of the public comment period. We do not have any written requests this evening.
Any from the audience, Ms. Walker?
Good evening again. The question that I have is on the mayor's item F. I think that's a good deal that they had as far as auctioning off the cars, because then you'll get a lot more money. But one of the things that I wanted to ask about is it says the disposal of obsolete, worn, and surplus property. Now, I know, and it's been a long time since they had it, but the city used to have a day where they would take things that had come in, like the police would confiscate things and all that, and they would set it up in the DPW and have like anybody in the city that wanted could go in and buy the items. What happens to those items now? Because, you know, in different departments, when they have things that get obsolete and they get something else, what happens to, just say, a wrench set that changes or something like that? I mean, the cars are not the only thing that get obsolete. What happens to the other stuff? You have computers that get obsolete. They used to sell those. Old laws, they sold those. Just all kind of stuff. Does anybody know what happens to it?
Yeah, there's a few different things here. I'd like to address it during communications at the
Yeah.
end or the unfinished business.
We'll do
just
that
so we
on
can-
the unfinished business. He's going to answer your question on unfinished business, Ms. Walker. Did you hear me?
No.
He's going to answer your question, your comment on the unfinished business.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other comments from the audience? If there's no other comments from the audience,
No one has submitted any
any other
comments or requested
from,
to submit their comments under the public comment in the email. And if we can, Mr. Chair, can we close that portion out?
we'll close that part out, Madam Clerk.
Takes us to number 9, unfinished business.
John?
Mr. Wadsworth?
If I could, I'll be quick on this. Mayor, during the budget hearings, Mrs. Abdu, who wasn't feeling good, so she's not here tonight, but we asked about the court. Were they going to give us a detailed copy of the budget? And I talked to her today, and she said that she hadn't received it yet. Are we going to get a detailed copy of the budget from the court?
We forwarded that request over to the 34th District Court. We haven't got a response yet. So our team met again today and additionally made another request. So as soon as we get information from the court, we'll make sure we pass it down to the city council.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
We'll keep working to get the answers you need.
Thank you.
If I may, for the unfinished business, I remember the auctions we used to have for the city for the unused part. We used to bring Rallo Chuckett in and do the big auctions down at DPW, but when we really looked at those things and the cuts came in 08 and 09 and you had to change operations for the city to run like a business, we found that we actually lost money doing those events. So by the time the vehicles are going out of the fleet, they're not going to draw the people we used to have at those auctions. And then also another big draw was firearms to the police department. The police department has subsequently felt they weren't comfortable putting a lot of those firearms back out on the street. So we stopped that auction. They disposed of them another way through the police department. But as far as the vehicles that go out, they're usually, like I said before, in a state of disrepair that we can't use. And there really hasn't been any furniture. No, usually if a department has furniture that's up for grabs, they'll throw an email out to the other city services and people will use them scavenging around that way. So there really hasn't been much to auction off, or not enough that we thought it'd be economically feasible to have an auction. We're not going to do the event and dispose of those properties if we're going to lose money. It costs our general fund money, so we have to just made a better business decision to not have the auctions anymore. So I hope that answers your question.
Okay. Okay,
If there's no more unfinished business, takes us to number 10, new business. Number 11 for approval is warrant 22-8.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'll ask for approval of warrant number 22-8 for the following. For general fund will be $73,094.88. Major street fund is $7,095.88. Local street fund, $6,271.94. Public safety fund, $20,016.20. Cable TV, $1,240.19. Merriman Road Special Assessment, $193.91. Street Lighting Fund, $49,314.79. Oakwood SAD, $104.03. Garbage and Rubbish Collection Fund, $93,315.69. 9/11 Service Fund, $2,800.94. Narc Forfeiture State Fund, $36.01. Library Fund, $14,645.50. DDA, $7,424.28. Tifa District Number 2, $124,290.66. CIP Bonds Court Building, $335,687.50. E-Course and Vining Capital Improvement Bond, $188,912.50. Water and Sewer Fund, $352,597.92. Motor Vehicle Fund, $18,397.28. Technology Services, $596.70. Retirees Insurance Benefits, $57,805.59. Revolving Fund, $2,919. General Tax Fund, $6,147.50. Delinquent Personal Property Fund, $80,034.45, with a total of all funds, $1,442,943.34. If I can get support, please.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Talley, to pay warrant number 22-8 for $1,442,943. $1,943.34. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
First of all, any discussion?
Yes.
Discussion.
Yes, I would just like to know, under check number 78221 for the gas bill, is there any way I can get a breakdown of that? Because it looks like it's just a total of $13,690. It doesn't say what actual building.
It should be attached on the back. There's a breakdown on the back.
Is that the electric bill? That appears to be the electric bill that's attached on the back.
We can check after the meeting, too. If you don't have it, we can make sure that you get it.
Pardon me?
That's what we could check after. If
Okay.
if you don't have it, we can make sure you get the information you're
Okay,
looking for.
thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, it'll help, and I noticed you start doing it with the electric bill, so it'll help with the gas bill also, so you'll know which building is what amount. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, just
Yes.
shouldn't that invoice be inside of the basket of invoices there should be
Yeah,
a
but
copy of that
I'm
invoice?
looking for it to be also included in one.
Okay.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, number 12 is communication.
Mr. Chair.
Ms. Roscoe?
I just have one item tonight, and that's for the bowling fundraiser that is this Saturday at 7:30 PM, and it is the Rotary Club of Romulus and the Friends of the Library combined together for this fundraiser, and it's at Romulus Lanes, 37452 West Huron River Drive in Romulus, $25 per person. Basket raffles, Lucky Stripe starts at $200. But anyways, to purchase your tickets, there is a site you can go to, tinyurl.com at Rotary Library Bowl, or you can check out the Facebook page for the Romulus Rotary and get more information. But that is this Saturday, April 30th, 7:30 PM, and that is at Romulus Lanes.
Thank you. Any other communication?
Through the chair.
Yes, Ms. Tally.
And I know I spoke under the, your report, but we got so much going on in our city. It's just a lot, and it's good. So I just want to first emphasize what Vanessa Tolliver said regarding the Why I Love the City of Romulus contest. She does an amazing job. I want to thank Vanessa Tolliver for what she do. She does an amazing job with the announcements. But I just want to emphasize, like she said, this is the last week to get your submission in. We will be doing the presentation this Monday at the council meeting, so get it in. It's sponsored by Romulus Flowers and Gift, located at 7563 Merriman Road in Romulus. Again, they're sponsoring this, so that's who will that's who the presentation will be from. So this is the last week, so get your submission in. Also, we're going to be having National Day of Prayer coming up on May 5th. Mark your calendars for May 5th. The city does a ceremony at the flagpole on that day. We're going to do one at noon. So please mark the date for National Day of Prayer is May 5th at noon here at the City Hall. Keep that date in mind. And then lastly, I just have to say this. We had a Good Friday walk about a week or so happened to go, and I just got to do shout outs to some folks. Man, let me tell you. Reverend Willis, our fearless leader, incorporated characters back several years ago. And every year, we get, let me put it this way, it's growing. And this was one of the best years we had with the walk and with the characters. And I just got to put this out here. It was raining that day. It got cold. And I think towards the end, it was acting like it wanted to snow. And so these characters, they pushed on, and I'm just thank you. I'm just so appreciative for all that you guys did on that day. And I just need to shout you guys out because it was an amazing walk. We had Sean Mullins, it's Mullins, right? From our city clerk's office, who was a Roman soldier. We had Doris Green, who was also a Roman soldier. I was a Roman soldier, I wasn't a thief, I was a Roman soldier. And then we had David Jones, who was our Jesus. He did a great job. Thank you, David Jones. We had our deputy clerk, DeJean, who was Judas. You did an amazing job. Thank you. We had our city clerk, who was the woman with the alabaster box. Let me tell you, if you weren't there, you just missed it. She did the woman with the alabaster box. So I want to thank you for your dramatic presentation. In Judas 2, you did a dramatic presentation. You guys did amazing. We had our beautiful mother, angelic Mother Mary, done by our city treasurer, Stacy Page. Thank you, so angelic. Thank you for that. We had our Councilwoman Eva Webb, who was our Elizabeth. She was the mother of John the Baptist. Thank you so much for that. We also had our mayor, who was Peter. Now, I actually have to throw this in there because his wife was behind the scenes and helped him out. Thank you, First Lady Kendra, for getting her hubby prepared for his character as Peter. He did an amazing job. So thank you, Mayor, for what you did. Everybody was in full. I like your costume too, the woman with the alabaster box. But you both had amazing, everybody had an amazing costume, but your wife stepped in there and just took it to another level, so thank you for that. Thanking her. And we had our mayor as Peter. Who else we had? We had Pastor Zakeem. He was our Lazarus. We had Judge Brian Oakley, was our Pontius Pilate. We had Gail Mispa, who was our Pilate's wife. And I hope I'm not missing anybody. I think that's everybody. Jesus, Peter, Pontius Pilate, yep. Councilwoman Webb, Mary, Mother. Yep, I think that's everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. But I just want to thank everybody. It was a fantastic, I still got people calling me. I want to thank the Romulus residents for coming out supporting in the cold and the rain. I want to thank Pastor Bowen for the 5 Points Church who hosts these events for us with the service, so thank you. And just again, all our Romulus residents and community that comes out and support not just this event, but all the events in our city. We have so much going on in our city. Somebody told me, somebody's running for office, he just said, you know what, this city is just full of activity. He got some cities he go to, they're not doing anything. So I thank God for being in a city that's just about doing stuff to keep our community engaged and just some fun stuff that we're doing. So thank you, everybody, for all that you do and everybody that has participated in all that we do here in the city of Romulus. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Yes, I would just like to make a correction. On March the 28th, it was a statement made that Kroger's donated the turkeys to Forgotten Harvest. I just want to correct that because we purchased the turkeys from Forgotten Harvest. So we raised over $4,000, and I don't want to leave out those that donated, including my family, my husband, and some of the local businesses. They donated that money to make sure that the Romulus resident had turkeys and hams for Christmas. We actually purchased, again, I say we purchased the turkeys from Kroger's. I also would like to say, I mean, from the bottom of my heart, the Flowers of Mittens did flowers for my 25th anniversary celebration, and those flowers, they were just gorgeous. And so I would definitely like to give the Flowers in the Mittens, congratulations on the great job that they did. We need to make sure, I know Councilwoman Talley mentioned the other flower shop on Merriman all the time. We also have Flowers in the Mittens, and we definitely need to support them. I called her, and within 45 minutes, she had those flowers ready for our occasion. Also, and they're located on Garter, 36726 Garter Road. The House of Graphics. I don't hear too many people, especially not the city, and this has been for a long time, even mention the House of Graphics. It's a printing company right here on Garter. They did all of our printing. They did the backdrops, they did the invitations, they're awesome. And we talk all the time about supporting our local businesses. It's time that we stop talking about it, and it's time that we start doing it. House of Graphics is located at 35465 Goddard Road in the city of Romulus. Telephone number 734-730-7615. We really need to start promoting all of our local businesses and also supporting them. The job that they did was immaculate. And I would like to thank our clerk, her deputy, our treasurer, and Councilwoman Webb for coming and supporting our 25th anniversary. Thank you. Byron Butler, House of Graphics.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Webb.
Okay, I'm going to make this very, very quick. Hometown Heroes Community Award, Vanessa did announce that, but that's very special to us this year. It will be held at the Romulus Auditorium, and it's going to be a little different, but it's really going to be nice because UAB has made sure that every single area of being a hero has been taken into consideration. We'll have the children, the neighbors, it's because our fire and our police, they are automatically our heroes. But we never get a chance to speak of how good some of our neighbors have been, or our children, what they have done in the community, a senior. So that's very important, and that's going to be May 26th at the Romulus High Auditorium. And thank you, Councilwoman Williams, for the invite for her 25th anniversary. I just want to thank her and her husband, Johnny Williams, for inviting me. And just to let them know, it was a very, very, it was a beautiful event. And I would mark it as a very classic affair. And yes, the flowers were beautiful. And we have two florist shops here in Romulus. And I tried to utilize both of them, when I can, because we do have to support our businesses in our city. And congratulations to Byron Butler for his business here in the city. I haven't seen it advertised anywhere, but right there on Goddard. And one more thing I'd like to say is, Mayor Peter, forgive me. You know why? Purple is a beautiful color. That's all I have to say.
Through the chair, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I just want to say this, just for the record, I announced Romulus Flowers and Gift because they're supporting the Romulus. I love the city of Romulus. Anything that I'm involved with, anything I do, I shout them out. Y'all know my MO. I shout out whoever supporting me. So I just want to say they support me. They've been supporting this event. So I just want to give them a shout out. And whoever supports whatever's going on at that time, I shout them out. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Charlotte.
Through the chair, just one more item, and we'll get out of here. But there's two very important birthdays coming up that nobody announced. Our own studious Mr. Wadsworth celebrating birthday on 26, another milestone.
Thank you.
So happy birthday to you, and also our Ellen Craigbrake, our city clerk over there. I see you putting your head down now, but happy birthday. May 1st will be another birthday for you, another trip around the sun. So happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, I have a couple things.
Right.
Nothing to do with the Lions. The first thing is, they mentioned about supporting our business, local businesses. I've been supporting local businesses. Mr. Butler, he did a lot of my T-shirts and everything that for me. And just before he even opened his shop up, I've been doing business with him. I try to do business with every business in Romulus, and I'm sure that everybody on this council can say the same on this dais anyway. One thing I wanted to say about the mayor, McCray. I almost forgot, but I said I will mention this to the mayor. A resident came up to me, Mayor, and said that he liked the job that you're doing in Romulus. You're very transparent. He think you're doing a good job, and he just wanted me to let you know his feelings about you being the mayor. That's all I have to say.
Well, thank you for passing that, I appreciate it.
Amen.
That's all.
Is there any more communication? Okay. That takes us to agenda item number 13, adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Rosser, supported by Ms. Roscoe.
Nope,
Um,
Miss Tally.
Yeah.
Ms. Tally,
Yeah.
sounds different
Yep.
there. Ms. Tally.
She beat me to it.
For adjournment, Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Tally?
Yes.
Ms. Williams? Ms. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Goes